Hi, I'm Daniel from ProAV Solutions. Today I'm lucky enough to have the new Canon C50 here with us. It's a pre-production model that I've had the chance to play with for about 24 hours. Today I'm going to go through some of the surface level functionality of the camera. I'm just going to talk about where it sits in the market, what you can compare it to, and my initial thoughts about it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was its size. And as you can see here, it is a very small form factor camera compared to some of Canon's other cameras, but whether it be the C400 or the C80, it is more comparable in size to another brand out there called Sony, who I have their FX3 here. These cameras are very similar priced in market, very similar size, and have similar specs. The C50 does pick that in a number of those, so we're going to talk about that, where it excels today. But you'll see in form factor and size, the C50 is a little bit bigger than what that FX3 is, but like 1 or 2 centimeters here and there. I actually quite like the feel of this in the hand, and it comes with a lot of punch, so we'll talk about that now. The C50 is capable of shooting up to 12K RAW at 7K at up to 60 frames a second. It has a 7K open gate 3.2 sensor. Don't worry, C80, C400 users, you'll be getting the free upgrade from Canon in firmware to be able to shoot open gate on those cameras too, which is a really nice thing to see. Can shoot up to 120p in 4K, 180p in 2K, dual base ISO between 800 and 6400. Let's talk about the form factor of the camera. So it fits nicely into the hand. On this side of the body we have a 3.5mm mic jack, a headphone jack, a flash trigger jack, a full-size HDMI port hiding behind there, a USB-C port capable of powering the camera, allowing us to use external power supplies such as V-locks or mains power supplies. We have a timecode input here via a DIN connector, allowing us to either sync up with some external audio or run multi-camera in. On this side of the body we have a card slot with a dual card system, both SD card and CF Express Type B. Really good for cost-effective media going into there. Dollar per gigabyte or terabyte is quite low compared to some other cards in the industry. Also is allowing us to do dual record for those really important shots or a proxy workflow. On the back of the body we have a rotatable screen which will go 90 degrees one way for when you've got it above your head, all the way around for when you're doing that selfie shot. Back to the front of the body, we have an RF mount on the system, which has the ability for us to, with the locking screws, so we can either do RF to PL, or we can do RF to EF, or their drop-in mount filter system as well, all with that locking system on the front there. We have 14 user controllable buttons. Some are preset for you, but you can overwrite those. A very familiar system if you're coming from the still side of things, with their click wheel and just button layout for that. So the camera is extremely capable, unlike some others in the market, for shooting stills. You can shoot 32 megapixel stills at up to 40 frames a second in burst mode, and you can shoot 20 frames a second of pre-continuous shooting, which will make sure you don't miss any shots in stills. A lot of that comes down to that beautiful 7K sensor and work Canon's done in the background there. While we're here, we've also got those 1/4 inch threads on here, here and here. When they bring out some cage systems to suit this, you'll be able to put cages on there, but it'll give you some more screw points to be able to lock that in, so it doesn't move around just off the bottom, as well as you can rotate the body and record in 9x16 this way, or this way, depending on what you're doing. But you don't have to rotate the body thanks to their 7K 3.2 open gate sensor. We can quite comfortably take at least a HD cut, if not higher, of a 16:9 or a 9x16 at the same frame, so you can use that across multiple platforms for all the different type of content that you're creating. On top of the body we have an XLR handle here. It's quite stable, doesn't move around. That's thanks to the 2 locking screws here, as well as it goes into the shoe mount on the top. On this side of the body we've got dual XLR inputs. They are full-size XLRs. Those full-size XLRs will allow us to not need adapters, but it'll phantom power microphones and allow us to get a couple of channels of audio in. On this side we've got full control via manual dials of those XLRs, so no need to mess around with the menu. We can get quick access to those and make it a nice quick workflow. I'll take the top handle off just so you can see the size of the body without it. It is quite quick to remove and it is all toolless, which is nice to see when you're in the field and you don't need to pull something out of your pocket. But yeah, in the hand we've got an active interface shoe on the bottom there, and keeps that nice and small. Yeah, other than that, my first opinions of the camera are excellent. As I said, I've only had a chance to shoot with it for 24 hours, but look, if I was coming into the market right now and I didn't own a camera, I'd be taking a very hard look at this, and whether it is your A camera or your B camera to something bigger in the lineup. It's extremely capable for a really nice price point. Comes in at $58.99 Australian, which I think is right where it needs to be. And Canon hasn't sort of held back on this just because it is a smaller body. They've jammed as much as they possibly can into it, which I really like to see. So I think this is going to be a real winner in the market, and yeah, very happy to see this from Canon.